Hey everybody, how are you doing today? Cosmo231 here, and today I'm here to break down the June 21st of 2023 Nintendo Direct that we had today. But wait, I'm not alone. I got a good old friend of me who makes his first debut on my channel. Welcome in, big guy Jacob.
Hello. That was
Yeah,
bad.
so this is Jacob. He knows a lot about Nintendo, and he was maybe going to be on with me yesterday to talk about the predictions video, but that never ended up happening.
I had a
So
headache.
yeah, he had a headache. That's all to him. So yeah, so we're just going to talk about the Nintendo Direct today. But before we really get into it, what did you think about this Direct, Jacob?
Well, in my personal opinion, this is one of the best directs we've had in a very long time. Because, nothing bad came from this direct. I was pretty happy with almost everything that was here.
Yeah, I would really have to agree with that. I think this Direct started off really solid. Had Pokemon reveal at the beginning, some not very important reveals, and then about 10 minutes in, it was boom, big reveals, and like three of them in a row. Like, we'll get into it whenever we get to that point, but it was just like boom, 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 like just big things all at once. And then we really had like a lot of slimming down time before some more Nintendo reveals. It was really the right direct formula, and yeah, it was just a really good direct all around. So, do you want to get into actually talking about it?
Yeah, definitely.
All right. So first thing we got was about 4 minutes or so of just the hidden treasure of Area Zero, the DLC for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. So here we pretty much just got a trailer, just pretty much just showing off everything that was there in the original game, and then all the stuff going on with the first part of the DLC, which is called what, the Teal Mask?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is really looking like it was supposed to be like a Japan um styled area
More like
with,
traditional Japan festival era.
yes, festival, that's it, yeah.
Hmm.
And really all I have to say about this is that I don't know if you saw them during the actual trailer, but I guess we saw like our two rivals or two secondary characters that we're going
Oh,
to be
yeah.
seeing throughout this. I actually like both of their designs a good lot.
Yeah, they do look good. They're definitely going to get a lot of fan art soon.
Yeah. And we'll talk about fan art whenever we get to the last thing here, but
Yeah.
um yeah, so I really just like their designs, and there's not really a whole lot I want to say about it. I mean, I thought the trailer looked good. I didn't really see any frame drops or anything, but also we won't know about that till we actually get it in our hands. And as somebody, I personally put about, I don't know, 75, 80 hours into Pokemon Scarlet. I honestly don't know if I'm going to be picking up this DLC. What about you?
I have about 100 hours in Scarlet, and I'm basically contractually obligated by Game Freak to buy this DLC. I gotta play it, even
Yeah,
if I
well,
don't want to.
here's the thing. I mean, I put a lot more time into Sword and Shield, and I ended up buying the DLC for Sword and Shield. But
Hmm.
in the end, I never actually played any of it. I mean, I played a little bit of the Isle of Armor, and I never even touched the Crown Tundra, right?
Yeah,
But here's the thing: Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, I wanted to go for living decks in that game, so I actually did a full one version living deck. So I've got every Pokemon you could possibly get in Scarlet without going into anything with Violet and anything like that. So I may actually just pick this up, but I don't really know yet. But
yeah.
like
I
I
have
said,
my own. I have my own personal living decks, but there's no way I'm gonna be expanding upon it with this new DLC and all of Pokemon Home and stuff. So I'm probably just gonna play it casually.
yeah, and that's the other thing. I really don't know. And then the second part of the DLC, what do you know what it's called?
Uh, the Indigo Disc.
The Indigo Disc. That's right. It's all about that one turtle Pokemon, Terrapagos or whatever.
Yeah,
And
and
there was actually something that I sort of liked about it is that it was like a big artificial island where another Pokemon school is. So
yeah.
that's interesting. But I don't really have much more to say about that. It really just looked like it was a mini version of Paldea on this one island that you're going to be going around in. And it's going to have mountain climate where you'll be able to catch rock and ice type Pokemon. And over here it's grass, so you'll be able to catch grass. Right? It was, to me, just the Teal Mask looked a whole lot more interesting.
I
But
agree.
for at least yeah, but for release dates on those two, Teal Mask is coming out in fall 2023, and Indigo Disc is winter 2023. So that seems very akin to how they did Sword and Shield DLC. I think part one came out in like July, and then Crown Tundra's like February or January or something like that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, so it was something like that. But then we get into the next reveal of the show, which was Sonic Superstars.
Oh yeah, I'm
It,
excited for this one.
yeah, I don't know if this is like a new 2D Sonic game because I'm not really a Sonic guy. I don't keep up with it.
I'm
So
pretty
I guess this
sure
is just a
it
new
is.
2D Sonic game because I remember they said during the direct it was 12 new areas or whatever. So take
Yeah.
that as you will. I don't really have much to say about Sonic. I mean, are you excited for Sonic?
Uh, I have the first two Sonic games on my phone, but I didn't really like them that much because they were very hard. But I might actually be picking up this one and try and get out again because it looks really good.
Yeah, I mean, for Sonic, the only Sonic games I've ever really wanted to play has been Sonic, like Sonic Adventure games, the 3D
Yeah,
platformer
me
ones.
too.
I've always heard those were like really good. Um, I thought about maybe picking up Frontiers, but I never really just decided to do it. So
Yeah, me too.
Sonic Superstars, it's a fun announcement. And then we have Palia, which is this game that seems to be all about farming simulator and fishing and just really doing like an open world sort of deal. I don't know. I'm not excited for this game. It seems to be like just a new farming simulator. It's free to play and it's available holiday 2023, and I don't give a damn.
Yeah,
I think we probably both shared that sentiment. Like if it's a
yeah,
free to play game on Switch like this, and I understand like what they're trying to go for, like an Animal Crossing with actual people, but I just really don't see this game getting out of the ground.
I agree.
So that's really all there is to that. Then we have Persona 5 Tactica, which is really the best kept secret that Atlas has ever kept in their life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, this is really amazing.
Well, I don't really know if you follow video games enough to really know what was going on with this game, but this game has been leaked in like Atlas, the people who developed it, leaked it like a long time ago. So
I've
yeah.
heard about that.
So yeah, it's like I said, it's like the best worst kept secret in gaming right now. Have you ever played a Persona game?
No, but it is actually a franchise I do want to get into, so I'm pretty interested in it.
Yeah, maybe after I finish all of the Xenoblade games, maybe I'll finally get into Persona. But yeah, I'm not really just too interested in it. And I remember that we had Persona 5 Strikers on Switch here. I don't know if it was early last year, but just seeing this game, Persona 5 Tactica, it's Persona 5. They've milked Persona 5 for all it's worth. And I do like the tactics based thing like this because I really enjoy games like Mario Rabbids, the first one. I actually haven't played the second one, and
Yeah,
also XCOM. I really like that. And it really looks like that's the design that Persona is going for here. It seems really stylized like most Persona games. And yeah, it looks like it's going to be coming out on November 17th of 2023. So I don't know, get ready for that. But the next game they have is called Myth Force. This was a game that was pretty much all, or I should say, what do you think about Persona 5 Tactica?
well, I mean, again, I don't really know much about Persona 5 or anything besides Jokers and Smash, but the trailer looks really good. One of my favorite things about Persona and why I want to get into it is like the style and the art. It just looks
This,
really cool.
and the animal style in the art, but also the music.
Oh yeah, the music, it's definitely a
Because
slap.
from what I know, Persona has like some really good banging music. So, wasn't it last Nintendo Direct or two Nintendo Directs ago is where we had the really big reveal of Persona 3, 4, and 5 were all coming to Switch.
I do not remember exactly,
I'm,
but
I'm, I'm pretty sure that was like the last one more thing that we got for one Direct here not too long ago, but I don't really remember when that Direct was.
yeah, I don't remember.
Because well, here's the thing, I don't think it was the September Direct because the last thing there was Tears of the Kingdom. So it may
Yeah,
have been last. It may have been the February, but I also don't think it was the February Direct.
Most
I'm not really
likely.
totally sure. I don't really remember that February direct too well. I didn't really do any coverage on Max. There is a video I recorded with one of our good friends, Jaden, on the September direct, I think so. But that one never surfaced. So yeah.
Shame.
Next game was Myth Force. This was a game that was all about like old cartoons you'd want, like Saturday morning cartoons, and just like the stupid tropes that come up in those. This game did look really interesting. I do like the art in it, but um, yeah, it just looks interesting, and I don't really have too much else to say about it. Coming out in 2023, so we've got a whole 6 months ahead of us for this to possibly come out. You got anything to say about this?
No, not really. I'm not really interested in those kind of games.
I gotcha. Well, next is something you are interested in because it's the
Oh
Splatoon
yeah,
3 Splatfest.
I'm
Since you're
excited
the
for this.
Splatoon expert here, you want to break this down for me?
Yeah, because the Splatoon community, like, Tricolor Turf was here, three different ink colors. Of course, eventually Nintendo will have to do a Neapolitan ice cream Splatfest. Vanilla, chocolate, strawberry, all going together, which is the best flavor in the Neapolitan ice cream? Nope,
Uh,
we have mint chocolate chip.
yeah, I do like how it's vanilla, strawberry, and mint chip because if they
Yeah,
put chocolate there, that would obviously be the team that would win. So
yeah.
they have to
I guess that
split.
is fair.
Yeah, because I mean, of course, you can't have chocolate there because I mean, what's your favorite ice cream?
Either way, I'm choosing vanilla all day. Vanilla is the best.
I don't know if I agree with you there, but yeah, either way,
Well,
this
I'm
was a
sticking with
fine
it.
reveal. I'm not. I want to be honest with you. I've not played Splatoon 3. I don't care. So
Well,
it,
I'm personally excited for it. Even though Splatfests are kind of meh right now, this is a Splatfest I know we've been wanting for a long time, even without chocolate.
did they do an ice cream splat fest in two?
I don't know if it was between 2 or 1, but I think I remember a vanilla versus chocolate. Correct me if I'm wrong, I don't really know. But it seems like
Because
something that
because
happened.
really the only Splatfest I know of was the last one for Splatoon 2. I think was what the Mario Superstar and Mushroom one.
That was the Mushroom and Star. That was the last Splatoon 2. Well, the very last one was the Chaos versus Order.
Oh yeah, and that decided Splatoon 3. Yeah, like I said, I
Yeah.
don't care about Splatoon. And wasn't there like an Autobots versus Decepticons one?
I think so, because there's a bunch of weird crossovers, like SpongeBob versus Patrick. That was really weird.
Yeah,
And
and isn't the last Splatfest wasn't that Courage, Wisdom, and Power for, of course, Zelda?
yeah, that was the Zelda one, which I chose Wisdom. Very sad it
I was
didn't
about to
win.
say which one did you pick?
Definitely Wisdom. I'm Zelda
What
all the
won?
way. Power. It dominated. It won
I,
everything.
I guess yeah. I guess that makes sense. Power and Ganondorf. Yeah,
Yeah,
makes
ever
sense.
since once Ganondorf's like entire bod was showed off with Matthew and Mercer, everyone went ham on Ganondorf.
Yeah, I bet. Next is Detective Pikachu Returns. This was a really fun trailer because first off, I haven't seen a Detective Pikachu movie, and I also haven't played the 3DS game. I've known about it, of course, being in the video game space, and this game just seemed like a really fun trailer. It was sort of given to us, and we also got a release date of October 6th. Well, are
Yeah.
you excited for Detective Pikachu
I mean,
Returns?
personally, no, I don't really care about it, but like, I'm glad that the game exists. I know people have a wanting a Detective Pikachu sequel, and
Well,
the
here's the
music,
thing. It was announced a long time ago.
yeah.
So this has been in development for a long time at this point. And
Hmm.
I mean, out of the direct, there are. I think we talked about the Pokemon DLC. I'm sort of interested in that, and there's a few other things that I'm sort of interested in. But Detective Pikachu Returns is definitely one of my big highlights for the show.
Yeah, I'm
So
really excited for it. It's just that I won't personally be picking it up because I don't personally care. But I do. I
yeah,
am glad it exists, and it does look really good.
yeah. And before we get into the next announcement, hey Jacob, I gotta go eat dinner.
Okay.
All right, so the next announcement was Super Mario RPG.
Oh boy.
Now, Jacob, if I'm not mistaken, this was part of the leaks, correct?
Yeah, around that. So the leaker, at least from I saw, he specifically said that an original Super Nintendo game was coming back in a remake. So people were either on the fence of a Link to the Past or Mario RPG. A lot of people were going towards Link to the Past since it seems like it would happen, and less on RPG because Square Enix. But
Here's the thing
yeah,
with going to that leak. I mean, I don't really like to talk about leaks too much because I like to talk about the official 'cause the official is cool. But with that thing
yeah,
about A Link to the Past, we just had Zelda Tears come out, right? Of
yeah, that's
course, the
true.
game is going to be getting DLC, and I personally really had no expectations for anything Zelda related. I figured we would be getting no DLC at this
Yeah,
show. I thought, okay,
eventually.
maybe it'll say, hey, check around here in the coming weeks for Legend of Zelda content. But honestly, what they said in this trailer was about what I was expecting for Tears.
Yeah.
And we got Super Mario RPG here. And just before we get into it, this is a really beautiful, just sort of remake, and it's a very just like 3D sort of chibi style. I'm sort of thinking in the same way that they did Link's Awakening here not too long ago. What was that, 2019?
Around that, I don't really specifically know, but yeah,
I
about
think it
that.
was when, but it's got that same art style.
Oh yeah, it looks
Did,
really
did
good.
yeah? Did you play Mario RPG or Super Mario?
No.
Fun fact: this is actually titled Super Mario RPG, and that's what the game's going to be called. They dropped the Legend of the Seven Stars
Yeah, I noticed
art,
that. And
which is interesting. I mean, because originally, I don't know if you know this, but the whole thing was Super Mario RPG Legend of Seven Stars, right? The
mhm.
actual sequel to that game was Paper Mario. Do you know that?
Yeah, I knew that. It was originally titled Mario RPG 2, I think.
Yeah, but then it
And
got that whole paper aesthetic. And I mean, Paper Mario does have seven stars too. So it's just a fun little
mhm.
connection between those two games. I actually really enjoyed Paper Mario. That
Oh
is the
yeah,
game
it's
that I
really
think
good.
would be really beneficial to get its own remake. And then eventually, of course, Thousand Year Door. But I've actually never played Thousand Year Door.
Oh, that's a shame. It's one of my favorite games of all time. Because I
See,
personally
that's
just
the thing.
recently played through Paper Mario for the first time.
The original Paper Mario is probably one of my favorite games of all time. Like
It's
that's
really
a
good.
game where at this point I've probably played it. I don't know, like maybe it's just like three or four times, and it's just such a great and amazing experience that every time I play it, I just have fun going through it, leveling up, and all that good stuff.
Yeah, that's what
And
I'm hoping we
actually,
do with
where I
RPG.
I'm sorry.
That's what I'm hoping we get out of RPG.
And that's actually the fun fact about RPG and Paper Mario for me is I bought both of those through the Virtual Console on the Wii. So
Uh-huh.
that's where I played Paper Mario for years of time, and that's also where I probably I got to the age stage where Gino shows up and his subsequent boss battle in RPG, and that's really as far as I played. But just sort of from just knowing about it and just looking at this trailer, this does look like a super faithful trailer,
It does.
doesn't it? And I
'Cause
mean, it
I
just
really
looks
like the style.
yeah. I mean, I'm just looking at the trailer now. Like the first three shots, they show like all areas that I know and see, and this is just really fun. Now, the one thing I'm a little disappointed about is that I was hoping since the original game was a nice pixelated thing, I was hoping it'd be a HD 2D style game, but it's not. But still, I am fine with this. I do think it looks very good still. I think this game just looks really good, and I'm excited for it. And what was the date on this one? Wasn't it?
Uh,
Yeah, eleven
November 17th.
seventeen. Yeah,
Yeah,
November 17th of 2023. So this is going to be the big holiday game of this year, which I am very excited about. I mean,
me too.
I think that's a great game to do it with. But next, we just got a small little announcement saying that there is a Princess Peach game in development for Nintendo Switch.
This
Now,
is
this
very
immediately
interesting.
Yeah. Now, to me, this immediately screams Super Princess Peach. Do you know this game?
Oh yeah, I have it on my DS.
Modded.
Yeah. Well, I think I originally had it for the DS, the cartridge. Well, I think I lost it like a long time ago, but I never even played it though.
Yeah, that's always a game that I've wanted to play, but just never really have.
Mhm.
It's a game that's got Princess Peach as a protagonist, and she goes to the world. But the way that this game sort of seems set up is that it was like on a stage, and Peach just appears on the stage, and whenever she steps into like the spotlight, she gets powers of some
Something.
sort, but it's like it's a whole theater looking thing. I don't know. It was very interesting and very weird.
Yeah, I
So,
think it might be very similar to Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door, where the entire game is like a set stage. So that's the kind of vibes I'm getting from it, and
well,
that's pretty
here's
cool.
the weird thing. What I was sort of thinking is just like the art style and what I see, and like how things open up. It really looks like the Paper Mario Origami King engine.
Oh yeah.
Just the way that it all, just the way that the trailer looks, and just like I'm watching the trailer now, and Peach is like running through, hitting a guy with a thing, and then she's like spinning around a cherry tree doing like a spin move from Galaxy, and just the way it all appears, it really looks like an Origami King's reveal. So
Hmm.
I am very interested to see what this is all about, of course. But the one thing gripe I sort of have is that it's the same sort of Princess Peach render we've seen for a long time now, like ever since the Switch era began. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I
One
mean,
thing
it's just that
that I noticed,
same render.
yeah,
There you go.
one thing that I specifically
Yeah,
noticed,
got
I
it.
don't know if anyone else noticed this specifically, but Princess Peach doesn't have a crown. So I'm wondering if that has something to do with like the game or the story.
Yeah, I see that too now, and that is very interesting now you mention it. So, yeah, who really knows? Apparently this is coming out in 2024, so I wouldn't be surprised if we have an end of year direct detailing this game, which is actually pretty interesting because this direct was originally just supposed to be for 2023 games, but we did get a good amount of 2024 stuff in it, like this reveal. So,
Hmm.
that is very interesting. But then the next thing is Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon is being ported
Oh
to
boy.
Switch.
I'm probably the one
This
person
is
in the world excited for this. This is
I'm
insane.
not really I mean I've played Dark Moon and I enjoy it to a certain extent, but really in my opinion, like even if this game is good, just like I'm telling you, just play Luigi's Mansion 3. It's a better game all around.
Oh,
There, I
I'm probably
said it.
like the number one Dark Moon fan in the world, and I this game looks amazing, and I'm super excited for it. The only problem though is that I literally just beat this game. I'm kidding, not kidding, a week ago. I really do not want to replay this game again just so soon.
Yeah, well, it is coming out in 2024, and if I had to guess, it'd be like an October 2024 deal.
Yeah.
Which does bring up the point of I know it's not in this direct, but Nintendo's got to get out their new system next year.
Uh-huh.
I mean, they have to at this point. So it's like with we see like a few games like this, and of course, Dark Moon could obviously be coming out early near like May or something, but it just isn't really like the Luigi's Mansion release time. So I don't know. It is a very interesting thing just to think about.
One thing I was interested in was that what it looks like Dark Moon is doing is that with the bottom screen or the touch screen of the DS, it's like a mini map on the top right corner, which looks like when you press minus, it'll be like full screen. So I'm interested to see what they do with like what the original dual screen was supposed to do in a one screen system. But if they pull it off really well, I'm wondering what that will entail for maybe like future 3DS remakes of other games on Switch, like maybe Mario 3D Land or something like that. That would be very interesting.
I'm trying to think. Have they done many other 3DS ports? 'Cause, I mean, I know they've obviously done a shit ton of Wii U ports,
They really
but
haven't done any 3DS ports for that reason.
yeah, and I'm really thinking about that, and they haven't. I mean, if I'm not mistaken, whenever they remade the original Luigi's Mansion, that just came out on 3DS. It didn't come out for Switch, right?
Yeah, that came out for the 3DS. I just recently played through that too.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if that actually comes through and gets put on the Switch, just so you can have the full trilogy of games there.
That would be nice. And
Because I mean, they've
mostly
done that with
interested.
they've done that with Xenoblade, and they've done that with a few other games, and as we'll see later, they've done that with Pikmin now too. So that's just an interesting thing there.
I was interested if this well, it says it's a visually enhanced Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon, so I don't know if they'll add anything new. But if they do, I'm wondering if they'll
Mhm.
add Luigi to this game, similar to how Luigi was
They
first
did it,
announced
and
in Wii, but it was
yeah,
also added in the first Luigi's Mansion port to the 3DS as like
yeah,
a player. So I'm wondering if they'll do the same thing in
yeah.
Dark
So
Moon. Yeah.
yeah, you seem to be breaking up a little there, a little bit there for me. Just to rephrase what you said, you pretty much said that Luigi was new for Luigi's Mansion 3, but got brought in to Luigi's Mansion remake on the 3DS.
Yeah.
So,
Exactly. So I'm wondering if he might make a
um,
return in Dark Moon as well.
yeah, that's a really interesting thing now you're bringing up. But just to move on, the next game that was announced was the Batman Arkham Trilogy coming out in fall 2023. I don't care about this. Do you?
Interesting, I guess. But my sister plays these games, and I'm sure she'll be semi-excited.
Yeah, I just don't care about it. So that's all I'm
Yeah,
gonna say. I'm not a DC comic guy, so we're skipping Batman to go to Gloomhaven, available September 18th, 2023. This is a card game, from what I can tell. They're just porting over to Switch, so that's cool.
yeah,
Don't really have much more to say on it.
yeah, me neither.
I mean, it looks fun. I mean, it's a card game, and you do card game stuff, so it's cool that this tabletop game is getting a new additional physical game system. Next up was Just Dance 2024 edition.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Just Dance is fine,
It was
cool.
inevitable.
Yeah, I mean it comes out every year on these systems, so I'm pretty sure they were still coming out on Wii to like what, a year or two ago.
Yeah,
So
it was, the final game for the Wii was a Just Dance game.
yeah. Next game is actually one that I'm sort of interested in. It was called Silent Hope. This game really just seemed to be all about a world in which the world has been completely silenced. Nobody can speak except for one girl who is stuck in a crystal of her own tears, as they said. This game just seemed to be like very dark and edgy for the hell of being dark and edgy. And to be honest, I'm all here for it.
An interesting
It
concept.
looks fun. Yeah, and I do find it interesting how they had like a bunch of stuff with like chasm and the depths and everything in here, right? And of course, this game was in development before Tears of the Kingdom, but just because Tears of the Kingdom came out and has made all those like words so much more obvious, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It is very funny. This is available on October 3rd, 2023. And to be honest, if this is just like a nice, I don't know, 40-hour RPG, I will definitely be into trying it out and playing it. Because, yeah, it seems definitely fun. Next game was Fae Farm. If I'm not mistaken, we've actually seen this before in a direct.
possibly.
But it's just one of those farming games trying to capitalize on Animal Crossing in the Switch. I really don't. I don't care about it. I've got a farming
Mhm.
background, and I don't understand why you would want to play farming on a video game system. Next up was Hot Wheels Unleashed 2 Turbocharge.
It's Hot Wheels.
Sure. Yeah, it sure is. I don't really have much else to say about that. And into a sort of interesting reveal for the show, I think, which was called Manic Mechanics. So, have you ever played Overcooked, Jacob?
I have not, but I've seen gameplay of
Or
it.
Overcooked 2? you know what the whole deal is, right? You got like a
Yeah.
squad of four people all moving around a board, tossing parts for food and everything. This just seems like construction overcooked,
Yeah, it's
doesn't it?
very similar. It's
Yeah, and
very
that's just really the only takeaway I had from it is, yeah, it looks good, but it's not something I'm going to really play. It's just not really there for me.
Yeah, me
But
neither.
hey, yeah, yeah, it does seem cool, and that's all I'm going to say about it. Next thing up was Mario plus Rabbids Sparks of Hope. DLC number two, The Last Spark Hunter. You played some Sparks of Hope, right?
Not yet. I really want to get the game soon, but I haven't played it. I've only played the first game.
Yeah, I haven't played the second game either. Isn't it one of our other friends, Taylor, who's played it?
Yeah, Taylor and I think he has it.
Yeah, yeah, Taylor's, you may remember him from the big Pokemon video we did, going over all the new Generation 9 Pokemon. He was on that video. Shouting out my own videos here, but yeah, Mario, I really enjoyed the first Mario plus Rabbids, and it was a really fun experience. And this one is just one I haven't pulled the plug on yet, but knowing Ubisoft, it'll be very cheap very soon. And I am a
Yeah.
little disappointed they took out like the actual grid-based system because I really did like that original grid. So
And
either
it's
way,
really sad
this
though that this game's only like $30 now after only a month.
it's been what? It came out in September last year.
It's been that long?
I think so.
Yeah, it really doesn't feel like it, but you might be
I,
right.
I mean, this is DLC too. I don't know.
Yeah.
Let me Google it real quick. Sparks of Hope release date. Um, I'm actually not seeing anything about the release date online. Can I? Yeah, October 10th. That's right.
Wow.
Yeah, it was
Can't believe it was
October
that
of
long
last year.
ago.
So, yeah, I sort of remember it was sort of one of those games that came out right before Pokemon, right?
Uh-huh.
Um, but this DLC did look really cool. You had like a robotic King Bob-omb in there, and
Uh-huh.
altogether it looks really cool. And also, there's a demo of Sparks of Hope on the eShop now, so I actually may just download that myself to just get a head start on the game because it's a game that I think I eventually want to play.
Yeah, honestly,
So,
me too.
next game was Dragon Quest Monsters: Dark Prince. It's a new Dragon Quest game. That's cool. Have you ever played a Dragon Quest thing, Jacob?
No, I have not. This game
No.
really reminds me of like Pokemon with what is going on.
I feel
It's
like a
like,
lot of the Dragon Quests have done that recently. Like we had like the
yeah,
Dragon Quest Treasures last year, and we also had like Dragon Quest Builders. 'Cause it has been a long time since 11 was released. I don't really care too much about this game. I'm not going to go out and play it, but it does look very interesting, and I will be down to just see how reviews come out on it and hear other people talk about it. But it's coming out December 1st of 2023, and that's really all I've got to say on Dragon Quest Monsters: The Dark Prince. So, but next is another bigger reveal, I think, and it was a segment that I don't know, I think it had like the most showtime of anything in this direct. Right after Pokemon, it was about 5 minutes of Pikmin 4. Have you ever played Pikmin?
no, I haven't played Pikmin.
I've always seen Pikmin around and always heard of it, but it's just not something that has ever come out during the time that I've really been into gaming. But hey, now we finally have a Pikmin game coming out, and the way they
Yeah.
showed it and talked about it, yeah, it looks really cool. I mean, I've always known in Pikmin that a big thing is you can't go out at night, and they sort of got a big night system now with like the glow Pikmin. So that does seem really cool, and just seeing like all of the new mechanics they've got. Yeah, I mean, Pikmin 4 does look really good, and I would be excited to play it, but if anything, I think I would want to pick up the ports they did of Pikmin 1 and 2 for the Switch
Oh yeah,
also.
I've had a
Because
lot
these
of
got
friends be like, excited.
I'm sorry.
I've had a lot of my friends that be more excited over the 1 and 2 ports than the actual Pikmin 4 recently.
Yeah, because I mean, like I said, I've never played Pikmin, and this is a really good excuse for me to. And from what I've seen is that each of the games are $30 on their own, but you can buy them in a bundle for 50. So that seems like a good deal to me. So
Hmm.
I definitely, if anything, am into picking up Pikmin. But knowing that Pikmin 4 is our next big game on the Switch, it actually comes out in a month from today on 7/21/2023. I think this was everything they need to show for Pikmin. And if you're excited for it, I'm happy for you. And it looks awesome. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely.
Um, I don't know if I mentioned it, but the Pikmin 1 and 2 were actually shadow drops coming out today, which is very smart because now we have Pikmin 1, Pikmin 2, Pikmin 3 Deluxe, and now Pikmin 4. So again, we have all of the games in one series on the Switch, which is really cool.
Yeah.
It that also ties into my biggest disappointment with this show is that we didn't see anything on new Metroid Primes. And of course, we had the remaster. I was really hoping that we would. I didn't expect us to get a big look of Metroid Prime 4, but I was honestly hoping that we may be able to see a port sort of done way or one in Pikmin 1 and 2 of Metroid Prime 2 and 3 Corruption. So, but we didn't see that, so it's whatever. But next is a game that I'm actually really excited for. It's probably my most anticipated game of the show, and that's Metal Gear Solid Master Collection Volume 1.
I'm actually pretty excited for this game myself since Metal Gear is a game I've actually have wanted to get into, and my brother has Metal Gear Rising on in Steam, and he's been pretty excited for this new Master Collection too, and this definitely a game that we're gonna be picking up.
Yeah, because I've always wanted to play Metal Gear Solid games. I've always heard about people to say how good they are. But I mean, this collection has so many games. It's got Metal Gear Solid, Metal Gear Solid 2, Sons of Liberty, Metal Gear Solid 3, Snake Eater. It's got the original NES game, the second Metal Gear game, and it's also got like art books, comics in it. It's got strategy guides. I mean, first, I'm guessing this will be $60. This seems
Yeah.
awesome. I
And
mean,
not to
so
mention,
much.
this is only Volume 1.
Yeah, because there also is Metal Gear Solid 4 and 5. So, yeah, that's really cool. And I'm really excited for Metal Gear Solid Volume 1. And hey, Konami showed something at the show. That's worth mentioning. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
The next game was Vampire Survivors. Um, if I'm not mistaken, this was a really big game on Steam earlier this year or last year or whatever, and it's just now getting ported over to Switch. So that
It
seems
just seems like
cool.
one of those typical mobile game kind of stereotype games, you know?
Yeah, and like I said, I'm pretty sure this game is actually like pretty popular and all of that, but I just don't have much say on it. I'm not going to pick
Yeah.
it up. It's just not my type of thing. But you know what? I'm definitely not picking up
Oh what?
Headbangers Rhythm Royale,
Oh boy.
my favorite game with a bunch of pigeons doing musical numbers and doing battle royale stuff. I don't
It's
care about this
something.
game at all. So
Yeah, me too.
yeah. The next game was Penny's Big Breakaway. I don't really know much of this game. It seemed like it was like an older game from an older system that's now getting ported to the Switch, if I'm not mistaken. So that was sort of interesting, but again, from the trailer, this is just not really something that I'm too interested in. So
Yeah, me neither. It does give off sort of
that,
like a
that's
Hat
really
in Time vibes.
Yeah, this was at sort of the point in the show where I had something else going on, so I was sort of happening to attend to that while watching this. And I definitely started that with Vampire Survivors and going into this Penny's Big Breakaway game. But yeah, it seemed interesting enough. But then we got something I'm sure that all of us saw coming. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Booster Course Pass Wave
Mhm.
5. And this actually seems like a very big wave because not only are we getting like new courses and all that good stuff, we're getting three new characters in this one wave of DLC, or in this
Mhm.
one wave of the booster pack. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, we are getting what is it? PD Piranha, Wiggler, and Kamek,
Hmm.
which are all three characters that I think are very deserving of being in Mario Kart 8. So
Maybe
yeah,
wiggle a
that's
little
cool.
less
Um,
much.
uh, I sort of hope what they're going for is like that everybody was here, so everybody in the previous Smash games are finally coming over,
Yeah.
but or in the previous Mario Kart games. So really, all I can think of who we don't have yet is Funky Kong, and they've
Well,
got one more wave, so I'm sure that Funky Kong will make it in there.
we also don't have Honey Queen from Mario Kart 7.
I guess, yeah, yeah. I don't know. Out of Mario Kart Sevens, I definitely think that Wiggler is the better one.
Yeah, definitely.
That's beside the point. Mario Kart 8 Booster Course Pass, it's fun. But then we get another game that I'm actually very excited for, which is Star Ocean, the Second Story R, which is a remake of the Second Star Ocean game. And this game just looks beautiful, and I just want to play it. Like, I've always wanted to play a Star Ocean game, and I just want to play this game. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
Are you interested in Star Ocean?
I've never heard of it till today, but the what I'm seeing of the game
Really?
right now, it looks pretty nice actually.
Yeah, I really want to play this game, and it's coming out on November 2nd of 2023. And really, something that I think is really cool is that it's one of those games which can be told from two points of view. And I always like games like that. So
Hmm.
I really do want to play Star Ocean, and with it coming out in November, I'm ready for it. So pump it into my veins, please. And then I think we get the weirdest announcement of this entire show. WarioWare Move It. This is where you speak up, Jacob.
Yeah. I'm actually pretty excited for WarioWare Move It, mainly because well, first of all, it is really weird how this game came out really just after Get It Together. But one
Yeah,
complaint
because
I've been
Get
seeing
It
a lot,
Together came out what, 2020 or
yeah,
2021?
about that. And one
Yeah, and
complaint I've been getting a lot about Get Together is that there aren't really many like motion control mini games, which is like the whole point of like the Switch and the Joy-Cons. But this game is all about the motion control mini games, so I think that's pretty good.
yeah, I'm not really interested in this. What I do find funny is that they just announced what is it, One Two Switch Everybody, the sequel to
Oh
One Two
yeah.
Switch, which is, in my opinion, sort of the same exact thing as this. I know WarioWare is all about micro games, but to me, they're pretty much the same difference. Using this Nintendo Switch hardware and Joy Cons to just have fun and like have a party game. And
They're
I'm gonna be
very
honest with
similar.
you. Out of WarioWare and One Two Switch Everybody, I'm more excited for One Two Switch Everybody. I know that sounds crazy, but I really am. Out of any game, I want to play that one more than this WarioWare game. Now, this WarioWare game does seem to have some cool mini games. I mean, they specifically show one where it's like Pikmin, and then it's like even Super Mario 64 going down the Princess's secret slide where you tilt your body to move Mario to gather coins. That's cool, but really, I just don't have too much to say about it. It's a very weird release, and also it's also coming out November 3rd, and it's right after One Two Switch Everybody's getting ready to come out here soon. So it's just one of those weird things there. So
Hmm.
I don't have much else to say. Then we got a whole thing about Nintendo Live 2023, which is a live event that Nintendo is putting on in Seattle. So, me and Jacob are both on the West Coast, and I take it neither of us are going to this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm
Um,
definitely not going.
yeah, so it's cool. Next we got, like we were alluding to earlier, Tears of the Kingdom announcements. We finally got the reveals of these Zelda and Ganondorf amiibo. This was another one of the best to worst kept secrets in gaming, where we um pretty much in Tears of the Kingdom's code already written in was what these two amiibos drop, and so people are already getting that stuff, and we are just able to see it here now for the first time. So,
Yeah.
what do you think of the amiibo?
Oh, the amiibos actually look really good. I really like the Zelda one personally, but the Ganondorf one, I'm sure will get the most praise. I'm sure.
Here's the thing: the Ganondorf amiibo was in the exact like design that I'm almost certain all of us thought the Ganondorf amiibo was going to be. And you know what I'm saying?
Uh huh.
Like that's sort of just the Ganondorf stance has just been promoted throughout the entire game. But really, the Zelda amiibo, it wouldn't that caught me off guard just because I wasn't really expecting the design it would be going for.
Yeah, me too.
Um, so yeah, I definitely want to pick up both these amiibo because I already bought the Tears of the Kingdom Link amiibo, so I want to pick up these two. But interesting thing about them, they are both coming out in holiday of 2023. That's really weird because that means that we've got almost what probably at least 5 months before these two come out, which is just really strange to me.
It is really weird.
So yeah, but to close out the direct, we got the big announcement that everybody was waiting for: Super Mario Wonder. Can I just
Oh
say,
boy.
I'm happy this isn't a new Super Mario Brothers game and that it's something different finally.
It's new from New Super Mario Bros. New.
Yeah, but it's not new. Um, I'm
Really.
really excited for this game. It looks like a really fun 2D Mario with like some psychedelic effects going on. We had the big reveal at the end of it that it's coming out October 20th, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
And also, what? Elephant Mario, which
So
has
weird.
already had NSFW fan art drawn of it already, which
No
is
way.
surprising. Oh, yeah.
Uh,
Yeah,
thank God
yeah.
I haven't seen that.
I still think my favorite fan art of any video game was in whenever Grusha was announced for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, and everybody thought that he was a woman, so they all drew this like Grievous fan art.
Uh huh. I remember
When
those days.
oops, you're wrong. So yeah, this game looks really fun. It's got these flowers that seem like they won't shut up throughout the entire game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like they just constantly appear. I don't know. What do you really think about this?
This is definitely the one game I'm most excited for, especially when I heard those leaks about the new 2D Mario game. I was prepared for this since day one. And this is everything I ever could have asked for. Something completely new
Yeah,
and something that's out of this world.
yeah. I really like how whenever you get one of these, I think they're called wonder flowers. How like everything just changes. Mario may even transform into something, and it's just so weird and fun. Not to mention just the general art style. Like Mario looks so fun and good in this game.
Uh-huh.
Not to mention all the other playable characters, such as our favorite Luigi, Princess Peach, Daisy, and the Yellow Toad.
Yellow Toad. I
Yeah,
really hope we get
I'm
Blue
definitely
Toad
excited.
though.
I really hope there just isn't Blue Toad in it for some
I hope
reason,
there is.
but I'm sorry.
I hope there is Blue Toad. I really want him back. Ever since Marbles used the logs, scrapped him in exchange for like a sub menu, but we've been wanting Blue Toad back.
Yeah, yeah, I really don't have too much to say about this. It does look really good, but besides that, I'm already sold on the game. I want to pick it up whenever it comes out, and that was the Nintendo Direct for 6/21 of 2023. Like I said, I think this is a solid A minus Direct.
I
It's
would
not the
personally
best
give it
Nintendo.
like an A plus, maybe. Really good though.
Well, yeah, I mean, I definitely think there's room for improvement here for me personally. My type of video game, I enjoy most of what was shown here, but still there could be a better direct for me personally. That's why I'm giving it an A minus because I can recognize this was a damn good Nintendo Direct. But
Hmm.
yeah. So me personally, I just want to go through all of my sort of things I'm excited for throughout this entire direct, and if you want to
Yeah.
do the same here with me.
Yeah,
So
sure.
out of out of really everything, I am really excited for Detective Pikachu Returns, Mario RPG, going through, of course, Super Mario Brothers Wonder, A Silent Hope, or Silent Hope as the game was called. Um, if anything, I'll just throw in the Sparks of Hope DLC because that's a game I do want to play. Pikmin 1 and 2, surprisingly, not actually Pikmin 4 too much. The Metal Gear Solid collection, and I guess, yes, Star Ocean, and I guess the Amiibo. What are you
Yeah.
really excited for out of this?
Well, I think my number one is definitely Super Mario Bros. Wonder. I'm getting that day one. Number two would probably actually be Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon. I'm definitely picking that up, but though it might be a while till I play it since I just beat it. Number three,
Yeah,
definitely
I hear
Mario
you there.
RPG. I'm picking that up day one. Number four, definitely probably Sonic Superstars, because that's a game I really want to get as well. I'm also really excited for the Princess Peach game for more details on that. The
Yeah,
Mario and Rabbids Sparks of Hope
yeah, that's
DLC,
the thing.
I
It's
really
like
like that. Hmm.
I would say more about Princess Peach game, but really it's just that we don't know anything about it at this point,
Yeah,
and I sort of need to know more about it to really sort of get a thought on it. So,
yeah. Besides
so
those games,
yeah.
I'm excited for the Mario Kart 8 DLC and probably the Metal Gear Solid, and I think that's wraps it up for me.
Yeah, we're just going through it. I think I'm most actually excited for Star Ocean. Probably then Metal Gear Solid, then the Pikmin games, then Wonder, um, and then probably just Detective Pikachu and RPG.
All
So
right.
yeah, overall a really good game. Yeah, so that's going to wrap up this whole video for us. Thank you, Jacob, for coming on here with me and talking
Thanks
about
for having me.
video game stuff. I would tell you to go check out your social media at this point because you do some good art, but you don't have social media, so that's not going to
Yeah,
happen in this case.
I don't
But
need the
personally,
shout
for me, if you enjoy what I have to say, I sometimes post stuff on Twitter, goldplasma231 at twitter.com. You can see all that in the description. Join our Discord. That's actually where we're recording this episode right now, being that we've never actually recorded through Discord so far. So this is something new for the both of us.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, I don't really talk about video games much, but if you like anime or manga, my channel's mostly based on that. I've got hundreds of videos at this point about anime and manga stuff, so go check those out on the channel. But yeah, without further ado, this was a great Nintendo Direct, Jacob. Thanks for coming on and talking with me. And this will be Glowplasma 231 out.